All right, let's get right into it. Japan's political landscape has just, well, exploded. And on the surface, it looks like just another election. But I'm here to tell you what we're really seeing is something much, much deeper. This is a high-stakes battle for the very soul of the country. I mean, just let that sink in for a moment. A statement like that from a sitting prime minister, that's what's kicking this whole thing off. A lightning-fast 16-day election has just been called, the shortest in Japan's entire post-war history. And yeah, on the surface, it's about politics. But the real story? Oh, it's a calculated, incredibly high-stakes gamble to completely rewrite the nation's identity. And you better believe that has massive, and I mean massive, consequences for the U.S. alliance, and of course, for Japan's relationship with China. Okay, so let's dive into that first layer. We're talking about a political ambush that has left even the most seasoned insiders in Japan absolutely stunned. Seriously, just look at this timeline. 16 days. That's it. Prime Minister Takaichi dropped this snap election on everyone with basically zero warning. I mean, nobody saw this coming, not even people inside her own party. You have to understand, this wasn't some kind of democratic necessity. No, this was a calculated political blitzkrieg, pure and simple. Okay, so to really understand the why behind this move, you have to get two crucial words that basically run Japanese society, tatsumai and hone. So the tatsumai, that's the official story, right? The public face. In this case, it's, oh, we're just seeking a fresh mandate from the people. But then there's the hone, and that's the real truth, the stuff you don't say out loud. And the hone here, it's a raw power grab, plain and simple. It's about using her sky-high approval ratings to absolutely crush the opposition before they even have a chance to get their shoes on. But here's where the story gets really fascinating. Because you see, Takaichi's power play didn't just stun her opponents, it completely shattered the old political map. We're seeing alliances being forged right now that were, I mean literally, unthinkable just a few months ago. So who was the biggest casualty in all this? Well, it was the 25-year alliance between the ruling LDP and its longtime partner, Komeito, a more moderate, peace-focused party. For them, Takaichi's super hardline stance on China was just a bridge too far. And just like that, it led to a historic and frankly pretty messy political divorce. And right out of that divorce, a brand new and much more aggressive alliance was born. Takaichi's LDP didn't waste any time, joining forces with the reformist Ishin Party. And their platform, which they're calling the 12 Arrows, is, well, it's pretty radical. We're talking about creating a Japanese CIA, rolling out much tougher national security laws, and yeah, that temporary 0% tax on food we'll get back to. And this right here just shows you how high the stakes have become. To fight back against this new conservative bloc, a truly improbable alliance has popped up. You've got the center-left CDP joining forces with, get this, the very same Komeito party that just walked out of the government. They formed a coalition with basically one single unifying goal: stop Takaichi at all costs. Okay, so all this backroom political drama is one thing. But what does it actually mean for the average person's wallet, right? This is where every single voter in Japan starts thinking in terms of sontoku, a simple calculation. What's in it for me? What do I gain? And what do I stand to lose? And this really lays out that sontoku calculation perfectly. So on one side, you have Takaichi's alliance. They're offering a temporary 2-year tax cut on food. Their big idea is to pay for it with long-term growth from things like security spending. But what's the risk for you? Well, it's pretty big. Higher inflation and an even weaker yen, meaning your money is suddenly worth less. Now the opposition, they're offering a permanent tax cut on food. Their promise is all about direct support for your family, right now. The risk there, though, is that it could slow down the entire country's economic growth later on. So it's a huge choice, a gamble on the future versus relief for today. And right at the very center of this whole battle for your vote is this one magic number: 0%. Both sides are dangling this incredible prize, completely eliminating the consumption tax on food. And you can imagine, when your grocery bills are soaring, that is a hugely, hugely popular promise. I mean, it sounds amazing, doesn't it? But it forces us to ask the really critical question: what's the real cost here? Because nothing is ever really free. Are we talking about government debt just spiraling out of control, leaving our kids to pay the price? Or a yen that goes into freefall, making everything we import, from gas to food, way more expensive? These are the tough trade-offs that are hiding behind those really simple, really attractive promises. So let's go to the final, deepest layer of this story. Because honestly, this election isn't just about politics, and it's not just about your wallet. This is a battle for the very soul of modern Japan. And to really understand the feeling on the ground here, you've got to look beyond the political circus. Take a look at this data on tourism. I mean, the numbers have just exploded. And for so many Japanese people, this isn't some abstract number on a chart. It's their daily life. It means you can't even get on your morning train because it's packed. It means your favorite quiet temple is now just mobbed with crowds. It means the cost of everything is going up in your neighborhood. We call it over-tourism. And believe me, it is causing some serious social friction. And this is so much more than just an issue with tourism. All of that daily frustration, it's feeding into something else. A quiet, but incredibly powerful nationalist wave. There's this growing sense of Japan firstism, and it's pulling the entire political conversation in a more insular and protective direction. And that is a sentiment that Prime Minister Takaichi's platform taps into directly. Hey, remember that word, hone? The true feelings you keep hidden? Well, this is where it all comes together. You could say that Takaichi's entire rise to power is the political hone of a big part of Japan finally being spoken out loud. It's that unspoken private feeling that maybe Japan has been too passive, too quiet for way too long, and that it's finally time for the country to find its voice again on the world stage. So this is the real choice that Japan is facing right now. It's so much more than just ticking a box in an election. It's a fundamental decision about national identity, and it leaves all of us with a final, absolutely critical question to think about. Is a stronger, more assertive Japan going to be a stabilizing force for the world, or is it a dangerous echo of a past that everyone hoped had been left behind for good?